month over month, CPI data expectations were to be a miss at zero point 0.6. CPI beat actually at 0.4 today, you guys, pressuring the markets entirely to the upside. But as you can see here in the purple lines, GTii actually ended up coming down when the markets eventually rallied. So you're looking at BTC pump, you're looking at, this is Mullen stock, you're looking at the Tesla pump to the upside, the SPY pumping up to the upside, you guys, but GTii came down. Now, what could be that reason? Well, there's a couple reasons and technical aspects that we can go over now, you guys. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, this is ARCa coming at you with a GTii technicals thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community ARCab in Discord. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts and see what we have, you guys. Okay, so yes, what I'm talking about is, in a technical sense, we may be forming another formation within this massive trend reversal signal that we already have. Now, the descending broadening wedge typically is a bullish trend reversal. Okay, you guys, but we may be respecting a formation that is usually more respected within the markets, and this is what I'm talking about here, you guys. It looks like we're in the process of either finishing or creating a symmetrical triangle, and this is what I mean, you guys. Let's go ahead and just align our lines right over here and just see what we have. So we're gonna go ahead and take it like this, and just so that we can see what's actually happening, you guys. Okay, so as you can see, this is the shape that we're looking at. Let's go ahead and just highlight it to be a different color, something just a lot louder, right? And potentially a different type of line so that we can see it clear. Okay, just a sec. Okay, you guys, so this symmetrical triangle has an implied objective both to the bearish side and the bullish side. Excuse me, you guys, just had a drink of water before this. Okay, so now a couple things to note within this structure, you guys. The symmetrical triangle, or triangles in general, tend to realize their price objective after we get about 70% to the apex. So we're at about 60% right now, 65% right now, you guys. Likely for tomorrow's session. This was the entirety of today's session right here, you guys, starting from the pre-market to the pre-market now. So we still have to go into the early pre-market, and then you'll get the official end. I'm sorry, this is the official end for the entire trading session right over here, you guys. So we can actually imply that within the next session, or the next the next session or the following session, we could see a potential breakout to either side. Now we're gonna go ahead and see which side would be the one favored, you guys. So in order for us to validate that we're within this formation in the first place, we do need two tests of the support as well as the resistance. And as you can see here, we have test number 1, 2, and 3, you guys, and we do have a test number 1 and 2 of the resistance, and we have since touched the very bottom of that support, you guys. So there is the potential to where we can actually make an upside move tomorrow, you guys, to test this, to test the high of the triangle, which would be the hypotenuse of the triangle, right? At about, let's see, it does have some confluence within the golden pocket, within the golden zone, and that is to be near the 0.5 fib at $3.67 in the best case scenario, you guys. We do have the 0.236 at $3.55 as a form of resistance as well. But let's go ahead and go over those price objectives, you guys. So we do that by placing a trend line starting from the hypotenuse to the very lowest point of the triangle, you guys, and then we apply it to the implied portion of breakouts. So if we were to say that we're going to break out within the 70% of the triangle, you guys, we can actually put ourselves, let's see, let's just do it about right here-ish, right? So let's just say that we were going to break out to the bullish side from right here, you guys. You can see based on our fib retracement that we do have, actually, we can actually make an adjustment now since we did touch a new low, you guys. So and also let's see if we can actually make it to this swing high. If we actually have it from here, actually, I'm gonna leave the I'm gonna leave the fib from this high right here to the swing low. Let me just make sure that we are directly in alignment with that bottom of this candle right here. Okay, you guys, so we can see that we can break out of the 1.618 golden ratio, which is perfect, and we can then come back and use it as a form of support before a continuation onto the upside. Now, please remember that usually when we break out first, we tend to come back and test the newly converted resistance into support first, you guys. So there is the potential to where we can actually break out and test a technical and test the potentially let me get rid of this line right over here, you guys. We can test potentially the not 618 at breakout, and then retrace temporarily to test the not 382 and the newly converted resistance into support before a continuation on to the price objective of this triangle, you guys. Now let's go ahead and put in some SMAs and see what we have. Okay, so as you can see right here, you guys, the 200-day simple moving average has direct confluence with our price objective. So you can see right over here, this is the 200-day, and we have the price objective right over here, you guys. There is a potential now that I'm seeing this that we can actually, yeah, with a bullish price action, the 100-day moving average can then start curving, and I'm gonna put it like this so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So it could potentially do something like, I'm gonna edit it. Hold on, just a sec, you guys. We have it's never, the 100-day and the 200 days never move so drastically. They have very, very gradual movement since they are a longer period. The day period. So there is the potential that with a bullish move, the 100-day can start its curvature towards the upside, where we can then potentially use the 1.618 as well as the 100-day as a form of support before us continuing on to the upside, you guys. So that is a potential. Now the bearish side, you guys, does have some rhyming as well. Let's go ahead and put it from this point right here, you guys. So there is the potential to where we can actually drop to the $2.84 level. Let's go ahead and just apply a trend line at that bottom target and see if we do have any confluent targets that are back here. Okay, so yeah, you guys, there is definitely use of support. We use this candle. It actually closed right at that resistance right over here. You can see that we use this as a resistance. This was support, and then as resistance again. So yeah, this is also a very a likely thing to happen. We'll get that bias and direction within the indicators in just a sec. So now let's go ahead and add an inverse fib from the swing low. Actually this one right over here to the swing high. So we'll apply it like this and see what we have. Okay, so we're getting a suggestion. What is that? Apologies, you guys, I don't have my glasses on. So this says $2.84. There is confluence between the 1.618 golden ratio and this right over here, you guys. So now that gives us this gives us a support range. So let's go ahead and draw a box like this, and then we're gonna zoom out and see now what that gives us, you guys. So let's go ahead and bring this all the way over here and see just how many times we've used this this support box. Okay, so all right. Yeah, you guys, definitely we have some candle closures right at it, you guys. So yeah, this is definitely an area of interest, you guys. So we now have the support bottoms. Okay, so we have a 291 to 284 support range, as well as the, let's see, we can actually put it between 402 and $4.32 as a resistance range for now. Now, GTii does have a price objective based on this formation, you guys. That price objective is usually the genesis of the formation itself, which is at about $4.75, which has direct confluence with our 2.618 golden ratio, you guys. So this is very, very much a target that can be realistically acquired with bullish action, you guys. But we do have to solidify this symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangles have both a bullish and a bearish price objective. Please remember that, you guys, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to the next chart and see what we got. Okay, so in this area right over here, you guys, we are looking at the 3-day macro perspective. We are definitely at the top of this ascending channel that we've been riding, you guys, and there is the potential to where we can actually continue on to the downside based on the stochastic momentum giving us a suggestion to the downside, but it is the 3-day, so this can likely take some time, you guys. Now, I actually didn't mention, but this is also a statistical threat of analysis as well. Now, based on volatility, which we're looking at here, represented by this indicator, BBWP, I have taken note by hand throughout the entire trading history of GTii. Every single time we have started a contraction level, which means to the downside, from the critical high percentage, which I consider to be within the 90 percentile. So I've taken note of every single time we've reached that 90 percentile and contracted. Now, the criteria to the iteration backtest is the duration of the iteration, the upside thrust based on that iteration, and the iterations correct versus incorrect in order for us to get some statistical targets, you guys. So what we're looking at is from the stochastic momentum in particular, this has given us an upside accuracy of 90% of the time. So this means that out of 11 iterations throughout the entire history of trading for GTii, only one iteration was incorrect. So this is not perfect, but it does play its part pretty well, you guys. Now, based on the volatility versus momentum profile, we have out of the 11 iterations, we have 7 that have been correct, which gives us an averaged upside accuracy of 68.63% with an averaged upside thrust of 3,247% over the span of just over a month, you guys. So we do need to be able to pitch this to the upside in order for us to start validating that criteria, because in order for us to officially be able to add the metrics to the upside, you guys, we definitely need both the volatility component of the BBWP and the moving average pitched to the downside alongside stochastic momentum pitched to the upside, you guys. And in that way, we'd be able to apply the metrics, you guys. So this is very important for us to be able to take into consideration. Now let's go ahead and get a bias and direction for the immediate short-term time frame, you guys. We're going to use a multi-pane right here with the RSIs. And we're going to start off with the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, you guys. So the new listeners, please take a gander at this. This is the bullish control zone upper half of the RSI, and this is the bearish control zone bottom half of the RSI, you guys. So the inner workings of the RSI are the weakness percentile, and this is the outer zones would be the strength percentile. So immediate short term is suggesting a continuation to the upside, you guys, but please keep in mind that we have been using this pink line is the moving average, and this is the RSI signal, which would imply direction. So we have been using the moving average of the RSI as a form of resistance on the way down, you guys. So there is a potential to where we can actually cross into above the moving average, since we are approaching the shallow areas of the weakness percentile from the bears, you guys. So there is the potential to where we can be gravitated into the bullish side, but that is definitely not guaranteed. Now let's look at the higher term time frames to get a better bias or a better look into that future, you guys. So the buy hourly is also suggesting continuation onto the upside. However, we are in the deep areas of the bear weakness percentile, which means that we can be gravitated into bear strength. We have to be very careful with price action for tomorrow, you guys. The higher the time frame, the more weight we can apply for it, okay? So this is going to be the 6-hour RSI, you guys, and the 6-hour is suggesting a continuation onto the downside as well. Oh, actually, oh man, okay. So we do have a pivot to the upside, and the pivot has since crossed, has made a bullish cross above the moving average. The thing to worry about here, you guys, is when we're at the borders of either the percentiles, you guys. This can indicate a potential sideways trading or a gravitational pull into that zone from the opposing side. So just like here, we were in that shallow zone, we were gravitated to the upside. But as you can see, that we've been actually moving in it. So we have to keep that in mind, you guys. Now, this indecision can likely be to the final catalyst to the pull, you guys. It could be midterm elections, the formal presidential announcement on the 15th. That could also indicate some potential moves, you guys. Now, the daily RSI is suggesting a downside pivot. However, again, we are within the shallow areas of the weakness percentile, so we are likely to be gravitated into the bull weakness percentile, you guys. We do not have an edge on this, which is very reminiscent to the other tickers that I'm currently reviewing. So this is likely due to the economic reports and catalysts that are still on their way. I believe core CPI is still on its way as well. I need to get the dates for that. So if you know the dates, please inform me at the bottom, you guys. Let me know what you think. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video. You guys, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Twitter, on Discord. I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining the ARCa trading community on Discord. But with that said, I wish you a good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.